Murph, this is the last season review that I'll ever do for Mark Murphy. It's the end of an era. It is what it is. What can you say? 15 games in 2021 for the club champ. I don't even know if I really should be doing a season review. I mean, because he's not playing next year, but I did want to, for the sake of completeness as to how the season played out, I think it's important to do that. He was definitely asked to play a completely different role to what he's been used to his whole career. A bit more of a half forward / wing role. He spoke about it in the preseason, and I guess the hope was that we would make a push for finals, and our veterans in Betts and Murphy would be able to hang on and help the youngsters get that last bit of juice out of their careers, and maybe be able to contribute to a finals berth and a real tilt at whatever we were looking to do at the start of the year. So didn't play out that way. He hovered around that 18 possession mark, 15 possession, 19 possessions for pretty much from rounds 2 to 10. Then he tailed off a little bit. He was dropped. Played I think his first ever game in the reserves this year as well. And look, he did what he needed to do. I think we got to a point in the year where we obviously knew we weren't playing finals. It wasn't going to happen. And I think that's when the policy internally, this is just an observation, I think this is just what happened. He didn't play as many games in the second half of the year because we kind of realised what was happening and where we were going and how the year was playing out. But I mean, was he at his best this year? No, he wasn't at his best. By the end of his career, I guess you look back and he just wasn't able to assert himself physically like what he used to, and that's clear when you have that many surgeries and also when you're playing a different role as well. But I mean, I thought when he did play, he didn't disgrace himself at all. He definitely carried himself well. There were some games where he just didn't really impact at all. There were some games where he was the sub. There were some games where he didn't play and he was just the sub. He finishes off with a 24 possession game and a 95 point defeat, which is probably it's weirdly poetic because he he started his career at the club that was losing in the same manner as the way that he played his last game. So that was interesting. But look, it's just more of a gratitude for Murph, and it wasn't his best year by any means, but it was his final year, and I think that's the main message there. He's someone that we'll look back on. I think with all careers, when they finish and as time passes, that when you start reflecting back, that's when you really appreciate. And it's been an honour to watch him play. He's definitely been my favourite player since he was drafted. He was the great white hope when I was a 14, 15-year-old when he was drafted, and he was someone that helped me latch onto the club with the passion, and I was really in his corner. And I guess that player now is or Durds or Liam Stocker. I'm hoping that Liam Stocker takes the number 3. I'm interested to hear from you, actually. I mean, I'm assuming the number 3 will be taken by someone. So let me know who you think should take the number 3, and let me know what you thought about Murph's season and just any other thoughts that you have. I know that we've covered it extensively in the tribute show and throughout the season with the channel, but just for the sake of completeness, want to cover everyone that played significant footy in 2021. So we'll chat about it in the comments and we'll go from there.